Hi everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. My transcription player came today and it is beautiful. I mean, the seller said it was perfect, and indeed it is perfect. For once the seller was actually telling the truth. It is an Optron model number TD-16, and it has this this little plaque on the inside of the lid. Even the lid, everything about it is perfect. Just beautiful. It has these leather corners. Very beautiful. Okay. I'm going to play something for you on something very interesting, and I loved it. Actually, the seller sent me a bunch of transcription records. Very fabulous. And I had one Fibber McGee and Molly from the War Department. Very, very fabulous. Nice big 16-inch. But the one that was so interesting to me was this beautiful U.S. Army radio service recorded in France. Now this is a very heavy metal record. There is some damage to the edge here, but the playing surface is pretty good. And something about transcription players, they have the most clear sound. They really are. I guess because a lot of the records were not played a lot, you know. But this is a very interesting, heavy metal record. This one is only a 12-inch transcription, but it's very fun. It is Corporal Edward Phillips being interviewed for Falls River, Massachusetts radio, where he came from overseas, stationed in France. So very, very fun. And I'm going to play that for you. Really magical. Oh, I'm so thrilled with this player, I can't tell you. They said it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And dates from the 40's, I was told. And here we go. I'll tell you a little bit more about it after we listen to the record, okay? This record's very interesting because this one plays from the inside out, like a lot of the early transcription records play that way. So here we go. The tone arm is so big.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is your 9th Air Force radio reporter in Western Europe. Today we're beaming a message back to the family and friends of Corporal Edward A. Phillips of Fall River, Massachusetts. He's right in front of our microphone to tell you a swell story about life over here in the European Theater of Operations with the 9th Air Force. First of all, Ed, where do you live in Fall River?
56 Hall Street, far from that.
And what did you do back there before coming in?
The grocery place, sir.
And how long have you been in the Air Forces?
Just 2 years, sir.
How much of that time have you spent overseas?
Just a month, sir.
Well, now, can you tell me something about, your duty assignment over here, what you're doing and so forth?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm in supply, sir. My work is very interesting. I like it. I handle all supplies, clothing, equipping for all the troops, which is very interesting during a day's work.
In other words, Ed, you have to see at all times that they're constantly equipped, supplied, and ready to go.
Yes, sir.
And a very important job it is. Well, now, in that you have been overseas a month, how do you like it? How does it appear to you?
Well, I'm happy so far.
You are, good enough. And what have you seen since you've been overseas?
Well, I've seen a lot of interesting sights, which I'll remember for a long time to come, and which I'll never have the opportunity to see as a civilian.
Well, good enough. Now, Ed, can you tell me something about the 9th Air Force, to which you're assigned? You have been in a very good spot to watch it in action.
Well, the 9th Air Force is a tactical air force with 3 main objectives. First, to maintain air supremacy. Second, to bomb enemy targets in front of our ground forces, such as troop concentration, tanks, and convoys. Third, to prevent the enemy from moving his troops and supplies.
Well, now, Ed, tell me this. Who do you have back there in Fall River, Massachusetts, waiting for you?
I have my wife, Virginia, and I have a boy, Edward, 2 years old.
2 years old. Well, bless his heart, and you have seen him, of course.
Yes, sir.
And you got a lot of pictures of him, have you?
Yes, sir, I witnessed.
Well, now, Ed, like all American soldiers, I know that you've been doing your share of post-war thinking and planning. Well, what do you want to do when this is all over and you get a chance to get back home?
Well, I'll get right back down to business, settle down to a good paying job.
Good enough, and just sort of rest and relax for a while,
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a mighty good idea. In the meantime, thanks a lot to you, Corporal Edward A. Phillips. I know that the folks back there in Fall River have appreciated hearing from you and something about your job over here in the combat zone of Europe. The best of luck to you, Ed, and keep them flying. This is your 9th Air Force radio reporter speaking through the Army radio service and returning you now to Fall River, Massachusetts.
Isn't that magical? Oh my goodness, the sound is, and you know, look at the condition of that record. The edge is chipping, but it really sounds beautiful. I'm just very excited about it. Now, there's a couple of things I want to point out about this player, because unlike the machine that Rich has, that DeSoto has, his has the top port, the speaker was attached on top. It was the top of the top case had the speaker. Very much like some of our big PA systems or school players, some of the PA school players. But this particular machine must have been a field machine or something that they plugged into other equipment, because this one does not have its own speaker. It has a power cord, and then it has an output jack, which is a 1/4-inch banana plug, and that just happens to work perfectly with my little amp for the theremin. So, because that also has a 1/4-inch banana plug. So I have the output jack for the record player plugged into the little amp for the theremin, and it works amazingly well. What's really cool about this is I can set the volume on the amp and then control the volume from here. So I can make it as loud or soft as I want to from here. You have your speed control, fast and slow, faster or slower here. You have your 78 and 33 right here. Big, long, fabulously funky tone arm, very straight and square. You see that? And it has one of those multi-use, those special diamond needles that that I actually now have on my Dancetone. Those weird squiggly, you know what I'm sure that many of you, let me see if I can get a good, there you go. Okay, it's got the screw in the front to change that when you need to. And it is just phenomenal. I am just so thrilled with it. And I also wanted to let you guys know that Charlie was released from the hospital last night. He's doing very well. He was a little dehydrated and slightly anemic, but he's doing fine. He's doing well enough to have gone home from the hospital. So that, I thought, was the greatest news. And I can't wait till he's back in action, because I want to go over there and dig through his transcription records, because now I'm very excited. So that was that. Didn't it sound beautiful? I have other transcriptions to play for you. I also have that Tamboo by Les Baxter coming on transcription, which is very, very exciting. Considering how awesome this sounds, I just can't wait to hear what Tamboo sounds like on it. So anyway, I just had to share that with you guys. I just came back from dinner. I'm so full. We ate so much. We went to a place that was recommended by Charlie's daughter called Jerry's, and it was outrageous. Authentic, old school, Southern Italian food, and it was just amazing. So anyway, I am going to make myself a big cup of tea, and I'm going to play some more records on here. I love you all. Have a magical, mystical, musical Saturday. I love you. Bye.